I'm going to beg for the likes, but I've been told not to beg too much. It's very unbecoming of me. So we're not going to do that. But let's see what we got here. I know we got about 20 some odd people on. And I will make sure I pause this video, or don't want to slow anything down. Let's see, we got 25 people on. We got 10 likes. So that's where's Bear? What do you mean, where's Bear? I don't know what that means. I'm right here. Can you guys see me? Because I see me. So anyway, I'm Bear, and welcome back to Bear's Workshop. I don't know, maybe that's what iMelt means. Did I not do a formal introduction? All right. So we got about 25 people on. That's awesome. Well, it's not really awesome, but I'm gonna make it sound good. We got enough to get started. So let's do that. Let me close that window. We're gonna pop out the chat. All right. Right, guys. So we got today's video. I apologize for not being able to get Friday. We just had some things going on that just made things not work out. Thank you, Octavio. Olivia says, hi, Bear. Nikola delivered their first mobile charger. Yes, they did. We saw that on Twitter. That was pretty exciting to see. I wonder how much they charge for those. And is that part of their pilot program where they're not charging for it? Be great to know how much those are. Whether or not they charge for the first one, it'd just be good to know. Or maybe is that part of the package as far as maintenance and support that comes along with buying a Nikola tray. There is an investor and analyst thing coming up on the 23rd. I have so far been unable to secure an invite to that. And I'm not going to go into the details, though I'm still working on it. I'm trying to do my due diligence properly and go up the chain. So that's what I'm doing. The chain doesn't go that high for me, but I'll do what I can to get in there. Whether or not I'll have video, I don't know. Whether or not I'll be there, I don't know. But we'll see how it goes. So I just want to give you guys an update on whether or not I'm getting back into the factory, or getting into the factory, not back into. Never been in any phase. So let's go ahead and let's start the video real quick and take a look at what we got. I'm gonna flip over to this screen. Check the comments, and everyone said just a lack of hills, and if the hills are good. Okay. Is that more downhill jokes with the tray? I don't know. I don't pay attention to them anymore. Someone makes a hill joke and they think like they've come up with, they're the first one to ever say it. And, they're not. We're going to sit up a little bit. Anybody recognize the shirt I got on? Can anyone see what that is? And can they tell me in the comments if you know what that is? I'm going to squeeze back into my spot. I'm wedged in here underneath my desk. This is a shirt that I got off of Amazon. So the first person who knows what that is, besides people who know that I know knows what it is, they don't win a prize except a congratulations from me. It's not really worth much. January 19th. Yeah, it hasn't changed much since then from this angle. But this is our typical fly-in. Hey, Angel, how you doing? Typical fly-in from the north going to the south. And over on the left-hand side here, we can see that is where the dynamometer building is. Dyno building. I'm not calling it the dynamometer building anymore. Everyone's down. Lucid, Tesla, Rivian, Lucid, Nikola. Nikola was down. We'll bring up a brief view of stocks after we go through the video one time. Just chit-chat about it. So here's the building, better view there. We've got two Nikola trays over here and one over here. We had two flatbeds here. When we arrived, they were already empty. We don't know if they were bringing a tray back from testing from somewhere, or if they were just dropping off materials, or what the story was. The gray one is their show truck, so that could have been on the trailer. This one is pretty filthy. That could have been out doing something somewhere. Not sure, but it looks like it's been out somewhere where there might have been snow, because that's what a dirty truck that was in snow would look like. But that's the gray one is the show one that we always see. The gray one's pretty clean, so they obviously were in different directions. Bear, this is from Hyderbutt. Bear, I'm glad you're an EV fan and not just a Nikola Tesla Lusa fan. It's plenty of market space for everyone. Yes, there is. And I've been trying to do something, and after the video, we're going to talk about it regarding EVs having so much problems with it. But we'll talk about that later. There are those two green machines that move dirty liquid around. I don't know exactly what they do. I don't know what they're doing there. They don't have great big enormous pipes, but I believe they've got generator and pumps and things like that. Okay, so we're over by the dyno building, and this is the wash station building. As you can see, it looks like I thought it might have been a block construction coming up, but now looking at it, it looks like it's possible that maybe they're going to frame this out for concrete for the lower part of the walls, just because I still can't be sure. I'm just not that much of a construction expert. I'm not any of a construction expert, but it almost looks like they're going to start framing them out with wood to pour concrete, but we'll see what turns out in the next couple of days. Over here, you can see that they're digging a pretty deep trench. They've got the devices, which don't have names that I know of, that prevent the walls from caving in and killing people. So those are something that's very necessary. Keep people alive. Olivia says, yes, snow. They were in Michigan testing the snow. So that's probably where that one came from. I just had an RV come back from a rental yesterday from Utah, and it came back looking just like that. And I had to scrub it. And the guy said that they hit some snow. And it's not something we deal with here a lot in Arizona, at least not in the southern part. Up north, it snows, but those people don't count. Sorry, people in Flagstaff and Winslow, Arizona. So as we're going around, you can see that all the roof decking is on. They've got a couple of holes cut in the top for vents and some other miscellaneous things that's going to be going on. I'm sure there's going to be more stuff that's going to go up there. Plus they have rubber membrane that they have to put down and complete that roof. Over on the east side, this whole area, you can see that it's still getting cleared out. And this is where phase 2 is going to be starting. And it looks a lot clearer. It looks a lot better. I imagine that soon they're going to have to pave this area right in front of this door, because once this door is in use, that will they'll need to be pulling vehicles out of there, and they don't want it's first thing to touch dirt. That's just not the way you want to do things. Here's another view of the dyno building. They've got these long brown pipes or forms. I'm not sure what they are. And then they've got an interesting attachment on the forklift, and not really sure what they're using it for. But that's kind of interesting to look at and try and figure out what that's for. All right, we got 60 people on. Good, glad to see everybody. Everyone, a big welcome from Barron, Arizona, where it's already starting to warm up. Spring is here, and I've got the AC off. I would have had it on, except it makes too much background noise. And when it gets to 110 degrees, these live streams are going to be awful, or we can deal with the sound in the background. But right now I can just deal with it. But by the end of this show, there might be sweat dripping off my head. You see all the material that's still here that still needs to be cleared out on this side. Hoping to see something on that pretty soon. I don't remember on last Monday or not if those lines were drawn in the parking lot, but everything is drawn out. They've got a decent amount of handicap spots, and then they have the first row all has a marking on it. Honestly, not sure what it is. We didn't get close enough to see it, whether it's EV or it's VIP. So we'll have to see on our next flight what exactly those markings are. But they easily could end up being charging spots, which still need to be constructed. And there is a vehicle parked over there. Plus, they need to put in the covered parking. They dug all the holes for it, and they've got the piling in for it. You can see there. This is the handicap spots. They've got 7 of them there, and then these say visitor on them. And this we need to get in a little bit closer to see exactly what they say. My guess is that they will be EV charging spots. Though as far as I know, I have only seen like 3 people in the employee parking lot with Teslas. Javier says, "Hey Bear, let's go. That huge donation to your channel is definitely coming this 2022 once Nikola and Lucid hit good price tags on the stock market. Keep up the good work. Cheers from Spain." Thank you, Javier. Well, like I've said in the past, now I'm really rooting for them. I had sold some of my Nikola stock when it bumped up, and now I'm in position to buy it back, but I'm just going to be buying more as I buy back. I bought some, I think, at 7-Eleven this morning. And then another block at $6.95, and which it's still down off of that, but I still feel like those are good prices. I've got another order in at $6.75. So we'll see how the market goes tomorrow and whether that gets fulfilled, and then maybe we can go back up. Okay, here's our frames. We have the same amount of frames as last week. We are sitting at 28. Remember, that's 5 less frames than what it was about 2 weeks ago when frames started to disappear. And we know where they're going. They're going inside. Now we've got these boxes at the top of the screen. 2 of them are open, and we were able to take a look inside. And in those boxes, it appears that we have like brackets that would attach to the frames. So that's what we're looking at in there. And then as we pan to the left, we will see that there are the 8 other frames. So there's 20 that was down below, and then there's these 8, which these 8 have not been touched yet, where they haven't done that frame prep that they've done on the other ones, or at least on 11 of the other ones. Or is it 11? No, it's 9. 9 of the other ones. And then there's 11 frames that look slightly different, but I could be wrong. I'm wrong on a lot of things. Apologize in advance for anything I'm wrong on. All right, and then over by the battery building, this is the north end of the battery building. You can see all that equipment that's piled up. All of that was over on the other side. That was in the area that is going to have the next phase of construction. And a lot of this stuff looks like equipment that is used for a production line to hold a cab up above, or it could be the cab, or it could be the frame itself. These pieces right here, the ones in orange, they could be to hold the frame, transport them down the line, or they could be to hold the cab and lower it onto a frame. I'm just not smart enough to tell you what it is. And you can see we've got a bunch of rollers there. Those would probably be connected to some sort of metal wiring where it'll be lifting and raising different items. That's the water campus area. Nothing going on over there. Just some storage for the blocks. And I'm sure that the water campus is doing its thing, supplying water, just like it needs to be. Okay, so we are just about done here. We're going to talk about the 200 million in common stock, because I'm hearing different things and I'm seeing different things. While that's running, I'm going to take a look and see where this number of 200 is coming from, because I heard something else. Oh, okay. All right. All right, let's bring that article over. We'll see. The first article that I saw was that they were going to be um, putting out. Uh, where was that article? I've got it here. Oh, I had it. Um, that they were getting more stock issued for Tumim. Say, Nikola, we don't need that. We don't need to subscribe. Nikola will ask for shareholder approval to further dilute the stock by adding 200 million new shares to raise funds to scale production on its first electric semi-truck. Nikola said the increase from 600 million to 800 million is in the best interest of the company and its shareholders. Well, yes and no. There are other ways to get money. I know that they've borrowed quite a bit from Tumim, but they're asking the shareholders to give them the money as opposed to borrowing the money. So, what do you guys think about that? Because the only way it helps us is that if the value of the stock increases, and if the value of the stock increases because they had to get more money. Yeah. And the thing is, what happens if they don't get the 200 million additional shares? What if that doesn't get approved? So, what's the consequences? If shareholders don't approve the increase during its annual meeting scheduled for June 1st, the company said it may be constrained in its ability to raise capital in order to support its business objectives. May lose important business opportunities, including competitors, which can adversely affect our financial performance and growth. Based on Nikola's closing price of $687, down from a 52-week high of $19.52, the company would raise about $1.4 billion in capital. Nikola's stock has declined about 30% in 2022, including an 8.6% fall on Monday, which is right now. Nikola has about 414 million outstanding shares. Kim Brady said last month the embattled electric vehicle company, which recently, I'm not going to talk about that. Nikola had a cash balance of $522 million at year end, and it expects to spend between $295 and $305 million in 2022. It's also reported to have about $436 million of available liquidity through two equity lines. I'd rather like to see them use that equity line. I understand that maybe they already have. Let's see what we got here in the comments. See what you guys have to say about there. Let's see. George says, I think the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia backs Lucid. Well, that is true. IML says the 300 to 500 goal being complete will show the world Nikola is real. Patrick Connors, it dropped almost 9% today. However, shares dilute by the same amount that will be added to the available cash on the balance sheet. The amount of dilution is not guaranteed as they may not sell all they're asking for. This will make them feel confident they will have all the money they need to fund operations. Yes, that is possible, but still remains to be seen. Patrick continues, which was the argument for many shorts not having cash to survive. With production ramping up, this was expected. And George Little says Tesla could take a position in the entire sector at the moment, as could Apple or Google. Yeah, but they're not going to. H2 says it sucks, but they need to do it. Yeah, I really don't want to see the price of the stock go down. It does make what we have worth less. So, let's see. And what time did this article come out? Just out of curiosity. 3:13 Eastern Time. Okay. Let's bring up real quick. Here is Nikola's stock for the day. Let's fill the screen with that. Opened at 7:30. low of 682, which it's at 687, closed on Friday at 752. So you can see where they're at. All day was down, but when you look at other stocks like Tesla, down, all down, they're all showing the same kind of flow chart right there. They're all, or not flow chart, but they're all going in the same direction around the same times. So everything was tracking the market fairly well. So we have to see how this affects Nikola in the morning. Higher interest rates is a problem for borrowing money. Yeah, it is, but it still keeps the value of the stock. And they did mention that building the phase 2 is essential to meeting timelines. Yeah, I'm pretty sure phase 2 is going to be starting really soon. Just watching them clear out everything. There's only one reason to do that. So that is definitely going to be happening soon. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, I got another video for you guys, a short one. Not that. Got a video that was taken today. And this is just of a Nikola tray driving past us on the road. So everybody make sure you wave. And that was it. But that was pretty cool. Yeah, so that happened. They drove past us. Let's see. So what do you guys think about that? I know that they've also said that they're going to get some more money from Tumen, or that they're going to issue some more shares so that they can get money from Tumen. I think, what was the amount of shares? I'm trying to find that tab because I had that. It wasn't on there. Okay, it was 17.03 million shares of common stock, and that was going for Tumen, so that they give the shares of stock to Tumen, and Tumen then goes ahead and gives them the value of it minus 10 or 15%. I'm not sure what the discount was. It was around 10 or 15. So that is that's 17 million right there. I think overall it's probably going to average out a little bit. In the end, I'll probably, if I get a letter asking me about whether or not I approve that, I probably would say approved. Do want to get more information. So, because what's going to happen is if this is going to probably hit the market tomorrow, if people are okay with it, we're not going to see much change in the stock. If they're not okay, we're going to see price drops probably immediately. So we'll have to see the outlook on that. If any of you guys follow me on Twitter, you know I put a post up yesterday, regarding EVs and trying to purchase them. Someone earlier had mentioned that, although the fact it was Hyder, that I'm a fan of all EVs, not just one or two. I set out yesterday morning to try and find another EV. So I was looking for either a Mach-E or a Ioniq 5, because I want to add them to my Toro fleet so that I can rent them out. And I thought, let me go grab one. I can get it listed. The market's pretty hot right now. I want to diversify my fleet and get other vehicles in. Model 3s in my area, just extremely saturated. So I could buy a Model 3, but it's not gonna rent that well. I've got a Model Y. I don't want to buy a Model Y new or used until whatever happens with the 4680 batteries come out. If something really cool happens with them, I'll order a new one and I'll wait a couple of months for it. I don't want to buy a used one that's not going to have whatever they're going to be giving us from Texas. So I'm holding off on that. I've got a Model S on order. I've got a Silverado pickup EV on order. That's going to be 2 years. Got a Cybertruck on order. That's going to be several years. So wanted to add something to the fleet. And everywhere I turned, I was running into things like this. You guys can see this on the screen. This is a market adjustment of $5,000 on an Ioniq 5. Just a straight up price increase. Not interested. There's no value in it, in my opinion. I know this is America. They can set their prices any way they want. But I'm not going to do business. This is basically just raising the price of toilet paper because it's in high demand. And the people that did that, good. You made a couple bucks. Good for you. This Mustang Mach-E has a $10,000 adjustment. My phone's actually ringing right now from Las Vegas, Nevada, because they are trying to reach me, I think, on an Ioniq 5. So I'm going around the country. I'm trying to stay under 1,000 miles as far as distance, and I'm trying to find myself something else to add to my fleet. I think the Ioniq 5 is a cute little car. The Mach-E is a cute little car. Yes, the Model 3 is better. The Model Y is better. The Lucid Air is better. The Nikola Tre might be better, but, they're different purposes, of course. So anybody know any place that's an honest dealership that's not going to do this nonsense? Depending on who I talk to, some Ford dealerships said, we don't get any allotments of Mustangs. You have to order it and then it will come in, but we don't get an allotment. Other ones said, yeah, we get allotments, but we don't get a lot of them. So the best bet is to order one, and they're like 5 or 6 months out. Ioniq 5s, I haven't even looked into ordering yet. They're coming in here and there. Some places want to do this market adjustment, others don't. I flat out had a conversation with one person. Let me see if I can find this one here. And he said straight up they would... this is the thread. I'll put this like that. And, he sent me pictures of this car. I asked him the price, and he told me it's $48,510 right there. So he sent me some pictures, and we went back and forth. I told him I'm in Arizona. He wanted more information. I said, all right. I gave him everything he needed to do. I said, let me get some numbers. And he comes back with $58,000. And in here, he says there's a $9,999 market area adjustment, which is, okay. So I'm just going to give away $10,000 to some guy who's giving me no value. There's no value in it except for the fact that he has the car. I'm not going to pay for it. What do you guys think about this? Am I just out of line? And did I see the VW ID Buzz? Let's bring that up real quick. And let's take a look at that. Because I was looking at the VW ID 4, and I stayed away from that just because I did not see a big market for rentals as far as worthy of the price. Let's see, where is the Buzz? Brian and I have talked about it on our fast charging episode because it keeps pretending to come out. It's kind of still a concept, and it hasn't been released yet. If they made it with like the 20 window design, that might be interesting. I don't think that they're going to. I think the concept is not going to be anything like when it comes out. Peter picked up a mini EV. Peter, let me know what the range is on that. From my understanding, that it was pretty low. H2, instead of driving, I ride my bicycle until I can buy an EV. Let's see. So what do you guys think? Are these dealerships out of line? I sent one of the dealers that sent me this the price adjustment. It was a Ford dealer, and he said that it's another $10,000. I sent him a link to a webpage that said Jim Farley is cracking down on dealers who are overcharging people, and the guy just never responded to me after that. So I guess that's the way you handle it. But I'm running into like all sorts of dealerships are getting worse. Um, they're and yeah, they're sending me people that just are not hearing what I say. They want to. They're saying, oh well, there's no. I had one guy tell me that there's no profit in an Ionic, so that's why they have to do the dealer adjustment. And I told him, I said, listen, you're putting a real bad taste in my mouth because I know that you can sell these cars without a market adjustment and still make a profit. So please, let's not start telling me things like that. That is not true. There are other dealerships that are selling them without market adjustments. So don't tell me that. He's like, oh no, I'm sorry, but it's really true. Not believing you, and I'm not going to buy a car from you. On that last guy that I just showed, this is how the conversation ended. I said, I'm not paying a market adjustment. I'm a buyer right now at MSRP. He said, okay, I'll ask my sales manager to see if they're willing to sell the vehicle at MSRP. And you can see that was the last message. That was several hours ago. But I'm not going to be able to buy a car, it looks like, without walking through hot coals first. Dane says, I walked on 10 different cars last month over market adjustment. This will eventually have manufacturers selling direct. It will. I think that's what it's going to turn to. I'm just loving the Tesla model of not having to haggle. And I'll tell you what, the guys that aren't doing the dealer adjustments, they are putting their crap products on, the alarm, the window tint, the paint protection, the interior protection. Then they're throwing another $3,000-$4,000 on it. So they're forcing you to buy that crap. And I don't want any of that crap. I mean, I do want window tint. Don't get me wrong, and I will get it whether the car has it or not. But I'm not paying $1,000 or $500 for window tint. I'm not going to buy it from them because that's just bogus. It's just nonsense. So I am going to keep walking on these, and I'm going to keep telling them the same thing. I will not buy from anyone like that. Well, we sell them every day. People buy them. If you don't buy it now, someone's going to buy it later this afternoon. Okay. Peter says that Mini has a range of 110. Well, Peter, if you like the Mini, what do you think about the Electromechanica Solo? Because that has a range of 100 miles. Probably costs a lot less than the Mini, though it's a single-seater. H2, truth be told, we are in a recession. How dare they charge more money? Yeah, I don't really think that they care about anything, but this goes straight into the dealer's pocket. It doesn't go to pay for anything that they weren't paying for last year. Maybe they can get a different class of hookers and different class of blow. I don't know, but it's nonsense to me. And I'm going to keep walking, and I'm going to keep calling different ones, and I'm going to tell them, no, I'm not paying for that. I'm a buyer right now at this price. And you can see it on the screen. That did not work out. So we're going to keep trying, and we'll find something. They're scalpers right now, most of them. It's pretty much all they're doing is scalping cars instead of scalping tickets. They're the guys standing out in front of the game. You want tickets? You want tickets? I got tickets. I got box seats. Come on. So yeah, I'm pretty annoyed with that. I'd love to hear someone who works at a dealership step up and say, I'll help you out, instead of saying, dealerships aren't that bad. They really are. There's very few that are customer-centric, very few. And I don't mean by putting a kiddie daycare in your dealership. I honestly don't even want to be in your dealership. Dane says, Nikola Charger trailer delivered to Holy. Holy, I thought it was, is that the right? Okay, yes, well, it was delivered the other day. I say market adjustment because they are going to put more money in their pockets to go and drink. Oh, to Holt. Okay, thanks, Dane. You got me confused there. Yeah, so anyway, I'm in the market for another EV. So, I don't know. A very frustrating situation for me. As far as the Nikola selling more stock or issuing more stock, Obviously we don't want to see the company fail. That's why you guys are all here, because you want to see them succeed. So hopefully this is something that works out positively in the end and doesn't affect the price too much. What else you guys got that you want to talk about? Let's see here. See if I missed any comments. Frank says, the problem is that stupid people pay it. If people didn't pay it in 2 months, they would go away. That is true also. Some people either just want the car. Some people don't really notice that it's just a flat up markup. Could you imagine you go into McDonald's and they go, well, we're running low on hamburgers today, so we're going to double the price. You're just going to have to deal with it. It's like, wait a minute. How is that my fault? I don't really need your hamburger that much. I really don't need your car that much either. So I'm going to keep looking. The Mach-E and the Ioniq will stay on my list. I have a feeling I might have more luck finding the Ioniq more than the Mach-E. I might also put in an order for a Mach-E and then just keep searching. And if I find one, in the meantime, I'll buy it. As long as I can make sure I can get my my deposit back. At least if I get an order and the clock is ticking, and something will happen. So that might be my plan on that. And if I can put in the order, I can get a cooler color than just whatever I can find. Something that's a little bit more exciting. So, all right. Tomorrow we're doing our live stream, fast charging with B&B. And we're going to be talking about more thing EVs. And I guarantee you I'll be complaining more about this buying a car situation. Also, I'm going to be doing a live stream with Financial Journey earlier in the day, I think at 12 Pacific, 11 or 12 Pacific time. I'll be posting something about that tomorrow morning. And we're going to be talking about Lucid and rumors of Lucid and Apple and whatever else we might want to talk about. And most of it's going to be in regards to Lucid. And, I didn't see JJ in the comments. I hope he's okay. Worries me when he's not here. It's so rare. Then on Wednesday, we'll be having a live stream of the Lucid Flyover. Let's see. Olivia wants to know what I thought of the Lucid battery and design. I thought that was actually pretty cool. If you can actually take out one of those packs, if there's a problem with a pack, if you could just kind of open it up, take it out, and replace it, as opposed to having to drop the entire bottom of the car. I think that can actually decrease costs down the road for future repairs. So I think that was pretty cool. I like the design. I like what he was explaining. Peter Rawlinson explained it really good in layman's terms. He didn't make my head hurt at all, which sometimes that happens to me when I have to listen to stuff like that. Just not smart enough to comprehend all the details. Dane says raising funds is necessary to ramp up production. Have to go from 300 to 500 per year to 20K. It's a lot of materials to purchase with big lead times. You're absolutely right about that. I cannot disagree with anything that you just said. Reed Wharton, thanks for what you're doing. Big fan of Lucid and found your channel a couple 3 months ago. Started watching Nikola videos as well and bought on Friday. 765 long-term Canadian fan. Well, that's fantastic to hear, Reed. I'm glad you're a supporter of both of them, and keep an open mind, and hopefully good things will happen. Let's see. Jose, you must have gotten here late, Jose. Did you get an invite to tour the factory? No. Still efforting that as we speak. I'm going through the chain of command and trying to get the invite to the investor and analyst meeting on the 23rd, which is a mere 9 days away. I know I count as an investor. No, okay, I don't have 100,000 shares, but I still have a decent amount, But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Frank says, the worst is that the manufacturers are the ones that aren't making money, and the dealers are taking it in, and it's at the manufacturer's expense. That's also 100% correct. The dealers are selling these cars the manufacturers sell the dealers to the car for a specific price. It's different for almost every dealer. It just depends on their volume and their kickbacks and things like that. And all it is just a transaction. They're buying the car, they're going to sell it, but they have to do certain things and certain agreements. And if they sell a Mustang Mach-E for $1 gazillion, Ford still gets the same amount of money as they would if they sold it for $50,000. So it gives a bad reputation. It's going to drive the dealers out of business. They have no value with electric cars. So it's really not good for them to do this. They're going to be good for tire rotations and, well, not oil changes. Adding windshield wiper fluid to an EV is very important because you got to see where you're going. But yeah, these dealers there's going to be warranty items. There's going to be items that pop up, and they're going to be also good for, they're going to be delivery hubs. That's, I think, they're going to be their main use, delivery hubs and warranty repairs. But you're talking about like a trim item here. Maybe, a button broke. You've got your seat doesn't recline. They're going to be fixing items like that as opposed to mechanical issues. There will be some, but not a lot. So these dealers are digging their own grave by doing that. So that's too bad. All right, guys, we're at about 42 minutes. I think Frank and I are on the same page. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm back onto my journey of trying to find another EV. And, once I get it, we'll do some reviews. We'll talk about it. We'll go for a drive, see how it compares to some of the other cars. I can compare them directly to a Model 3 or a Model Y and a Cyberquad for kids. So anyway, that's going to be about it for today. I'm still looking at this, at the comments and not seeing much else. So we're going to call it a day. I want to thank everybody for being here. Reed just commented. First time I can ask your opinion on Lucid deliveries. As depressed as you. Notice that the parking lot is split with a fence. Perhaps north side ready to ship, south side need more parts. I just not really sure. It looked like they were actually we've got a video come out today. There are a lot more cars on the north side than on the south side. So we're not sure exactly what the meaning is. I've made too many guesses and too many assumptions on the car counts. So I'm not even doing them anymore because until we are sure that cars are actually leaving, because right now there's a lot of cars right next to the building, and there are less and less cars every day on the south side. So that video is coming out in a couple hours, so you guys can take a look at that and you'll see what I mean. And my guess on it, and you'll see in the video, was that, are they waiting for parts? Is that why they're over there? But they had mixed up the cars previously. So that would be great if they could put the cars that need parts on the north side. They're never going to say anything like that because they don't want everybody to know that that's how many cars are missing parts. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. But they're not covering the cars either. So it makes me think more about its parts. All right. That's about it. You guys got any more comments? Please put something down in the comments section. Great having you guys here. And Doug, we talked about the 200 million shares. So feel free to either rewind the video or keep watching it, and then you'll know where I stand on that, and you get some of the other opinions that are out there. So everyone, thanks for watching. We will see you tomorrow for our next live stream.